I never understood what people said, like, God's not gonna put nothing on you more than you can handle. I never understood that. Like, you hear that, you just like, okay, duh, we know that. Like, whatever. Like, you just whatever, because it's just like, I don't want to hear that. But recently, I'm starting to really understand God's not gonna put us in nothing we can't handle. So, like, let's say you going through stuff and nobody understands. Everybody telling you what they would have did if they was you, how they would have handled it if they was you. And then it just clicked on me. It dawned on me, y'all. That's why y'all not in this position. And I'm not saying it as a flexing, nothing like that. This is not nothing like you're not in my shoes because you can't be in. It's not flexing. That's why I'm here. Because I'm here, like, sometimes you hear it be situations and you feel like it's just so heavy, and it's like, God, why am I here? Like, why do I have to do this? Everybody else in my shoes, if they was in my shoes, they would have been left. They would have been quit. They would have been did that. And it's like, God just spoke to me, and it's like, that's why it's you. He's know you're not going to stop. He's know you're not going to quit. That's why it's you. And yes, it gets hard. Yes, it could be so much. It's just piling up and piling up. That's where you just come in and you like, God got me. Come on, them other people not in your position, because he already know they can't handle it. They done told you if they was you, they wouldn't be doing it. So you got to look at it like, okay, let me stop complaining about all this stuff that's going on around me. Let me stop complaining how I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to take care of this. And change your perspectives. God already told me he not going to put me in nothing I can't handle. So if he steady got you in this situation, that means you can handle it. You have to take your focus off you trying to do it, and you got to give it to God. You feel what I'm saying? It's like you got to pick up your cross. Stop complaining. Let's change our perspective. Let's stop complaining about everything we got to do, and let's change our perspective. God has you doing this for a reason. Nobody else can do it. Instead of complaining every day, asking God why you won't take me out, because trust me, I've been complaining for a long time and I'm still in the same position. So it's like, wait a minute, let me stop complaining, change my perspective, and just ask God to help me through this. Duh, God know we can't do it on our own. That's why we're supposed to be depending on him. That's why you're supposed to be going to him. You gotta step back off you. You gotta step back and stop trying to do it. Duh, we know you can't, but God can. You feel what I'm saying? So if you're going through life right now and it's just stuff piling up on you, just like, God, why me? Why me? Why me? Instead of saying why me and take me out, change your perspective. It gotta be me, because he know I'm not gonna give up. That's why it's me. He know you're not gonna give up. That's why it's you. That's why you, out of everybody that could be doing, it's you, because God know you can handle it. And it might not be how you want it to be. You step back and look, and it's like, I'm doing it. It might be days you barely doing it. It might be days you barely getting up. It might be days you barely making it. But guess what? You still making it. So it gotta be for a reason. So I just got on here to say today, let's change our perspective. Let's stop going to God with the same problems, because you've been going to God for probably however long it's been going on. I know I have. I've been going to God about my problems, and he ain't changed it. So that must mean I gotta do it. And you just gotta change your perspective. It's like, if God ain't changed it all this time, it's not meant to be changed. So let me pick up my cross, because he ain't gonna put no more on me than I can handle. So let me pick up my cross and let me just ride this journey out. And when you feel like it's getting too much, you go to God. Stop trying to do it. I'm not saying you, I'm talking to me too. We gotta stop trying to do it on our own, because God knows you can't do it on your own, silly. That's what he's for, because he can do it. He can do it through you. So we gotta stop trying to put it all on us. Stop trying to put all the weight on our shoulders and give it to God and do what you can. And I know that just sounds like, and today I didn't heard that before. But you really gotta put it into effect. You can't just hear it. You gotta hear it and put it in your situation. Okay, I might be going through all this, but all this stuff I'm going through, I'm still making it each and every day. Each and every day, I'm still making it somehow, some way. You feel me? You still getting it done. And it's gonna be days, if he didn't say you're gonna do it with a smile on your face, it could be days you're doing it and you crying. It could be days you're doing it when you're tired. It could be days you're doing it and you don't want to do it, but you're still doing it. So you're still making it, you're still getting it done. Through the tears, through the hurt, through the heartbreaks, through it all, you're still doing it. So it's just like, and stop going to other people, because you hear what they say. I wouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't be doing that. And that's why they not in your situation, because God know they couldn't handle that. We gotta start thinking like that. That's you, baby. That's why it's you. Because he knows other people couldn't handle it. The people around you couldn't handle it. And that's not a flex what it is, but it's not supposed to be taken in like a flexing way. They just take it as God got me here for a reason. He not gonna put no more on me than I can handle. You feel me? That's why you look at other folks' situations, you be like, that couldn't be me. That's why you not in that situation. Because God know you couldn't go through that. You feel me? You gotta look at your situation the same way. Other people not in your shoes and gotta do everything you gotta do because God already know they can't handle it. That's why it's you, because he's know you, like I said, you're not gonna give up that easy. You're not just gonna walk away when it get hard. So like I was saying, when it get hard and you ready to give up and you just wondering why you, just tell yourself, why not me? Who else is gonna do it if you don't do it? If you don't do it when you had kids, they gonna have to do it. That's how I look at it now. It's like it gotta be done. And God ain't gonna put no more on you can handle. And like I said, I know it sounds cliche, but that's really the truth. He's not gonna put nothing on you that you can't handle. So when you get to the moments and the devil getting in your brain, like, God, I can't do this. Come back on down and remember, God not gonna put no more on you that you can handle. And let that be the push. Because I've been letting that be the push and it gets me on through. Even when, and I might still do it with tears in my eyes. I might not want to do it at all. I might be tired. I might be hurting. And you just got to keep pushing. Because he's not going to put no more on you than you can bear. He's not going to do that. That's one thing he's not going to do. That's why you're still going. That's why you're still going, even though you're tired. Stop trying to give yourself all the credit. That's God. Because you tired. You hurting. You ready to give up. But some God in you, I ain't gonna say something, God in you is not gonna let you give up. That's him. We give ourselves too much credit. That's not you, that's him. Instead of giving you the push, the little nudges. Especially for the ones that wanna be wealthy, you have to go through all this stuff now because you can't possibly think you're gonna be wealthy and all your problems gonna go away. You can't possibly think when you get wealthy, people not gonna need you. That's when your people gonna need you the most. So if you can't handle the little stuff you're going through now, you don't need no wealth because it's gonna come 10 times more. And I think we should stop thinking that money, you're gonna get money and nothing's gonna be a problem. No, you're gonna get money and it's gonna be 100 more problems. But if you already doing that work and talking to God and learning your lessons, when you get it, it won't be such a big effect on you because you knew how it was. You was going through the same stuff when you didn't have it like that. So this is nothing. You feel me? That's how we gotta start thinking. I don't know, y'all. I told y'all every time God dropped something on me, I'm gonna come tell y'all. That one was tea. He clocked my tea down today. He clocked me down and he really left me speechless. So if you in a state where you just like, God, why is it me? God, what's the purpose? God, I don't see you talking to me. And if he's silent, don't take a silence as he's not doing nothing. God be working the most when he stopped talking to you. When he stopped talking to you and he zip it, that's when he working it out for you. You just gotta stay on the path. Stop trying to go this way. Stop trying to figure it out on your own because you're supposed to be leaning on him, trusting in him, and waiting for him to come through for you. We got this, y'all. But like I said, some people might tap on this video and think I'm crazy, but there's gonna be some of y'all that know. And if you don't know now, keep living and you will. So yes, that's all I have for today, y'all. I'm finna really start trying to be consistent, but I really don't like get on here if I don't have nothing that could help you. That's why I don't post every day, because it's like they don't just need to hear me yapping. They need to hear something that's gonna help. We got enough YouTubers on here yapping. No shade to them. Ain't nothing wrong with yapping, but I'm trying to help. Give y'all advice that I need, that I'm trying to take. So